Hey guys, it's Russell back. No, I haven't disappeared. It's been 3 weeks since I shot a video. I believe it was the MTM foam cannon, the new PF22. The weather just has not been cooperating. In fact, before that, it had been a long time. Just every time I get ready to shoot a video, it's raining, the weather's bad, so that's just the way it is in summertime around here. But on today's video, I am going to be retesting the Masterson's Wash and Shine shampoo. The reason I'm doing this is because I spoke to Greg over at Masterson's and he said that they had reformulated the shampoo to be much better than it was before. So I'm like, sure, I'll retest it. I don't normally retest products unless they are a different formulation. I'm not going to reread the label like I normally do, but I will say this: the dilution ratio is 1 ounce to 5 gallons of water, which is kind of the same thing that you would see in a really high-end shampoo or car soap. It is the same dilution ratio as the old formula. But we're going to be using the Submachine gun, MTM Submachine gun style foamer for the foam portion of the test. If you'll notice from my other videos, if you haven't watched the test on this unit right here, this is the PF22. This thing is awesome. I'll have a link probably to this video at the end of the test. So this is what I'm going to be using from now on. This thing is so much better than the old one. The old one was phenomenal. This thing is so much better. So with that being said, I'm shooting this in the morning. The car's in the shade. I'm not using the Accord for this one. I'm using the Jetta because I purposely haven't washed the Jetta in probably 4 or 5 weeks. Yeah, it's white, it's disgusting. So we're going to give a really good test to the Masterson's and see what it can do. So with that being said, let's go take a look and see what the Masterson's new formula can do. All right, I've got 10 ounces of warm water and 2 ounces of our Masterson's. Let's see how this foams. All right, well, the first thing I notice is that it makes a very nice thick foam, as you can see. The cell structure is a micro, you can see it's micro and small cell foam bubbles. There is a little bit of lubrication I can feel in the foam itself. I don't denote any type of a scent from the foam, if you're into that sort of thing. So we're going to let this dwell for 6 minutes. We'll come back and see if the Masterson's is able to remove the non-bonded contaminants. Alright, so here we are 6 minutes later, and I'm going to say there's about 50 to 60% left on the hood, windshield, and top. And as we come over here to the side, I know it's a little hard to see on the Jetta because it's white, but probably about 30% of the foam left. One of the reasons why I don't use this car for most of my videos is because of the color. Dark cars show the foam contrast much better. However, this car was so dirty that I wanted to do that for the test. So let's go ahead and pressure wash this off and see how much of the non-bonded contaminants the Masterson's has removed. Alright, so we've rinsed the Masterson's off. The water is still beading slightly, even though the surface is absolutely filthy. You can see that a little bit more on the side. I will do an update. This car's got jet seal that was applied about 1.5 years ago. So it does seem to have done a nice job on the non-bonded contaminants. Of course, this car, as I said before in the intro, has not been washed in maybe 6 weeks or more, but you see how dirty this car is. And we don't expect a pre-wash to remove the bonded contaminants. But it seems to have done a nice job on the non-bonded contaminants. So I'm going to wait until I do the entire video before I rate the foam ability and the washing ability of this, since this is a re-rate and this is a reformulation. So next we're going to go ahead and get our bucket set up, and we're going to let you see how that foams in a bucket hand wash scenario. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get our Masterson's in the bucket here. This is about 3 gallons of water. And on the back of the label it says that this is a 1 ounce to 5 gallons of water, so I'll use about 3/4 of an ounce of the Masterson's in the shot glass here. And this is a pretty viscous solution. It is very cherry scented, if that's what you're into. And as we know with our viscous car soaps, it's going to sit on the bottom until we use the pressure washer to agitate it with. Now I have a lot of people commenting why I do this way. How come I don't put it in the bucket and foam it up? Well, the reason is what you wash your car with is this water solution when it's mixed up. It's not this foam. That foam does nothing. That's just window dressing. The water solution is what actually washes and takes care of your car. So yes, I could make it foam up more with a garden hose, but that's not doing anything. That is not what you're trying to accomplish here. What you're trying to do is get a really good mixture of the soap and the water, which is accomplished with our pressure washer. And I have a full 3 gallons of water here, and I don't care about all that foam. All right, what's in the mitt is the soap water solution, and it's not this foam that cleans the car. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get our pressure washer. We'll agitate this and see what kind of foamage we get. All right, so 3/4 of an ounce did a really pretty good job as far as foaming. This is mostly comprised of dense, and they're very stable foam cells. There are some larger ones in there, and there is a bit of slickness in the water, not a lot. You know, if you wanted to, you could put an ounce, ounce and a half, 2 ounces, whatever you want to do. But there is some slickness here, and hopefully the camera's picking this up. The foam is really dense, and it's very stable. Some foams will break down really fast. You can see the head of the foam going down, but not in this case. So I'm going to go ahead and get our wash mitts. We'll get that set up, and we'll go ahead and do a hand wash on the Jetta. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and give you my final review on the Masterson's Wash and Shine shampoo. I'm going to say that this is better than it was when I tested it before. Supposedly this has been tweaked according to Greg over at Masterson's. I think I had given it a 4.5 on the foaming and the hand wash portion, and I'm going to say this is a solid 6 on the foaming and on the hand wash. It's much improved. I think the difference is there's a little more lubrication in there. The foam seems to be more stable, and it, you know, as dirty as this car was, and this, you know, honestly, the Accord has never been this dirty, and that's what I usually do the tests on. So, but I do think it's a good solid soap. I think it's much better than middle of the road. So, you know, I'm going to use this again. This is a good soap. I know a lot of people out there say, well, this is just Mr. Pink and, you know, chemical guys. Come on. I think they're smarter than that. I think Greg is he's a really smart guy, and he knows how to formulate car soaps, and this is definitely not Mr. Pink, so I can say that. But with that being said, guys, I appreciate everybody watching the channel. I hope that for the rest of this late summer that I'm going to have better weather where I can do more of these tests like I used to be able to, but I'm at the mercy of the weather. But with that being said, guys, I appreciate everybody's viewership. If you haven't subscribed, I would ask that you do so. Leave a like and a thumbs up, and I will talk to you guys on the next video.